He has given 2 prelims. He has cleared all the 2 prelims, has given 2 mains and 1 interview. Finally, he has secured 607 rank. From last year to this year, last year's के marks जो थे 667 थे, and he has taken a jump of 68 marks in his mains number.
One message I want to deliver specifically is clearing prelims without having main strategy is actually a bad thing. I would rather be in a situation where I don't clear a prelims. Some people have strategy of quick, even crisp notes, which I also personally believe could be the reason of lesser than potential marks. But yeah, last thing is strong PYQ grip. I think this is very crucial. This is throughout. I think these things are not impossible, but the point is you have to prioritize very well. You need to understand what your gap areas are versus someone else. As soon as I failed mains last year, I understood that this is going to take some time. So I sat again with sir, and the pointers that you can see on the right hand side was understanding the main strategy. For example, GS1 strategy would be very different than GS4.
So let's start the webinar. So today we have Rohit with us. He has secured All India rank 607 in UPSC CSE 2025. He was a part of our Smash Mains program under me as a mentee. And let's say before I hand over this session to him, I'll tell you a brief background about him. He is an IM graduate and he has worked in consulting for 4 years in a very good company with a very good package, right? And he's someone who never leaves things to the chance. Like he's more process oriented, he's more focused, detailed, and rational, and that is what has helped him in bringing a rank in very limited amount of time. So in this particular webinar, you will be listening 3 things from him. First, his mains preparation. He'll be telling you how he started his mains preparation and how he gradually improved. Secondly, he's one of the top scorer of interview. He has secured 210 marks. So he'll be telling you, he will be telling his interview strategy as well. Thirdly, since 60 days are left for prelims, and he has cleared all his prelims with forest cutoff as well. So he'll be sharing his prelim strategy as well. So I would want you to listen to him properly. And this is about him. Like I told him, he was my student under Smash Mains program, and he's very quick on acting on the feedback, which is very rare I have found. कि जैसे ही आपको फीडबैक या सजेशन दिया जाए, अब अगले टेस्ट में उसको उतार के ले आ रहे हैं, राइट? सो इज वेरी क्विक ऑन फीडबैक. इसका फीडबैक लूप बहुत छोटा होता था. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, हर हफ्ते या हर 15 दिन में ही इज राइटिंग अ टेस्ट एंड ही इज गेटिंग द फीडबैक एंड इज इम्प्रूविंग इन द नेक्स्ट टेस्ट. सो दिस इज about him. Also, one more information which is very critical. He has given 2 prelims. He has cleared all the 2 prelims, has given 2 mains and 1 interview, and finally he has secured 607 rank. Lastly, from last year to this year, if you can see on the screen, अगर आप देख पा रहे हो स्क्रीन पे, तो लास्ट ईयर्स के मार्क्स जो थे 667 थे, राइट? And he has taken a jump of 68 marks in his mains number. तो अगर आप देखोगे 667 से ये 735 लेके आया इस बार, राइट? एंड बेसिकली वेयर ही हैज इम्प्रूव्ड इज 30 मार्क्स का जंप अगर आप देख पाओगे तो in optional, and 38 marks ka jump in GS papers, which is a huge number, by the way, and he'll be again sitting for the rank improvement. Now, someone who is unable to clear the mains examination, there are a lot of people I know giving 3-4 mains, right, and they're stuck in their these marks like 600-700 के बीच के रेंज में फंसे हुए हैं. He can exactly tell you how to take a jump so that you can clear the mains cutoff and get into the list, right? So without further delay, let's hear it from Rohit. So over to you, Rohit. Welcome to the session.
Thank you, sir. In any point in time, if I'm not audible or you cannot hear me clearly, let me know. I'll pause there. How I'm going to sort of drive this is, as Arvind sir has given a major overview of the journey, I'll focus mostly on the main side because I think that's one of the critical factor. And even I personally believe I haven't plateaued there. There's a lot of improvement scope there as well. But I'll focus on the parameters or the understanding which changed from after first prelims and then this attempt as well. So when I first cleared the prelims, I was like a typical person or a student without any detailed understanding of the process. To be very honest and candid with you, I did not even look at the main syllabus after clearing the prelims. I explored a few options where I could give test or I could understand the process. And thankfully, I landed with Arvind sir as a mentor in Civils Day specifically. And he was kind enough to at least look at the potential and then work with me. So I've personally worked with him on a very aggressive or frequent basis, uh, which I think could be lacking in some other places. But then what we did in the first attempt, because the time was very crucial, we focused on things which could be done. For example, we did not focus on a lot of content creation and short notes because the attempt was barely 3 months away. and I had to learn a lot of things. So what we did was we focused on basic parameters such as, are you understanding the demand of the question? Are you able to understand the structure of the question? Can you write the pointers? My handwriting is still very pathetic, but it has improved in the last from the last attempt. So we did not focus on that because that's something which can take a lot of time. So coming back to the point of summarizing, the first attempt was basically like a damage control, if I have to call it in 2 words, or a firefighting mode. With that, I missed the cutoff, I think, by 40 odd marks, or maybe 50 odd marks. So this after that means, I think in hindsight it's actually good. I could not clear mains last year because I had time to invest in mains rather than interview and not clearing with a decent rank. So as soon as I failed mains last year, I understood that this is going to take some time. So I sat again with sir, and the pointers that you can see on the right hand side was understanding the main strategy. For example, GS1 strategy would be very different than GS4. Even in GS1, the strategy for, let's say, a history would be different in geography. So understanding that at a lower level was number one. Number two, I think my basics went very well because the first means when you actually write the exam in the actual hall, you understand the external pressure as well, apart from writing in the mock mains test series. So that helped me. And then decoding the questions demand, I think this basically comes with practice. You cannot just go in the mains battle without practicing, because other people out there have done so much more. So that was the second parameter. So what I did in the second attempt was I created my notes. In the first attempt, I did not even had basic notes. I'll probably share my screen in a while. In the second attempt, I had my notes. Now coming to then the second part of it was answer writing, which I think I did on a decent level. As you can see, the marks is obviously not even that high, let's say like 800 or 800 plus. I think that's basically about doing it again and again, understanding the process, getting familiar to it, and doing a bit of improvement scale by scale. So what I'm trying to say is jumping from 600 to 800 is surely a possibility, but trying to do that without having a strategy will make you fail again. So this attempt was basically doing something which will surely fetch marks, but not doing something which can go either of the ways. So that was the main strategy. I'll surely come to the prelim side. I think somebody is asking in the chat. But one thing, just pausing out here, and one message I want to deliver specifically is clearing prelims without having main strategy is actually a bad thing. I would rather be in a situation where I don't clear a prelims and I'm short of the mains, because prelims is surely a bit more luck oriented. I'll come to my strategy, but at the same time, as soon as you clear prelims, you should be that sure that I can score very good marks in mains, and I can be securing a good rank. So that's, I'll just pause for that specifically. So focus more on mains. That was the whole idea behind it. I'll probably share these screens just to showcase that how it transformed just in real time. So as you can see, I've just zoomed in. This was my first test, if I'm not wrong. The government of India has represented both the promise and limitations of British colonialism, embodying the contradiction of a system that sought to govern and exploit Indian simultaneously. Explain the suitable illustrations. So obviously, as you can see, the question, it's asking the opportunities and sort of a threat of British Raj. And I have, because I did not have a lot of content, you can actually see in the copy, it's a lot of white space, just trying to write. There's an intro, body, and conclusion, but surely it's not going to fetch very good marks compared to other toppers. So I understand what the demand is, but I don't have the content. And even this demand understanding also takes some time. Some people might not understand it. I think this is a fairly simple question that's easy to do. But in GS2 and even in GS3 now, analytical questions are being asked much more. Versus if you look at this attempt, this was I think this was the no, this was the last attempt only, but towards the end. So as you can see, the structure has changed, but the content, if you look at it, and as you can, as I was saying, my handwriting is pathetic. That's in front of you as well. So you can see it's not a lot of great content. I might have added a few things. There's a way forward as well now. So that those are the things we were doing in damage control, me and Vincent, trying to understand where we can fetch some marks. So that was the first means. Versus, as I was saying, second means, I think I've covered it, but let me just quickly glance if I've missed anything. Uh, yeah, I made content. I made some revision friendly notes. How I did in this means was I highlighted stuff. So I did have a lot of lengthy notes. I had almost 600, 700 odd pages, but I highlighted it. So it was very easy for me to revise. Some people have strategy of quick, even crisp notes, which I also personally believe could be the reason of lesser than potential marks. But yeah, last thing is strong PYQ grip. I think this is very crucial. This is throughout prelims as well as mains. If you want to crack mains, at least understand the kind of PYQs that has been asked. And when there's a PYQ, you cannot just rely on basic stuff. For example, let's say if I'm talking about local governance, we cannot just write introduction of article and then towards the end Gandhi and Swaraj or decentralization governance. This is very basic. This is coming on top of my head, and I have been out of mains for almost 3 months if I'm not wrong. When you're competing with rankers, then obviously you'll have to up your game. You'll have to even go even deep dive, right? Let's say write some good gram panchayat example coming from government documents, or maybe some global practice. So I think that's something which you will have to take care of. If it's a PYQ and very recurring, you cannot just rely on basic stuff. Up your game a bit. For other things where it's not a PYQ or it's a bit more of analytical question, that's fine. Everybody would not have the same content. So then it's all about how you think out there, how you write out there. So that comes with practice. You cannot think in the mains halls. You won't have time for that. I think this is just the sort of a just to showcase the rigor with which we were discussing. I gave all the 12 tests, and I discussed each one of them with sir. There was some sort of, let's say, contradictory feedback. The evaluator has given very good feedback, but sir said there's still more scope to go, or the other way around. So we even discussed that to ensure that we are aligned. Then finally, I think this, yeah, I think this is the ethics copy. I think this might be helpful. As you can see, this is the first means. Ethics is nothing else than reverence for life. So I have done maybe some very superficial understanding of the code. Then ethics is reverence for life. Then ethics is more than reverence of life. But as you can see, copy is very bland. A lot of white space, no value add, no additional analysis. Versus this is the, I think the recent means copy that I wrote. Then again, there's the code, there's higher code, then code of justice, and that is code of conscience. So basically, what I understood as I wrote it, this is basically law versus conscience as a source of ethics, which is actually tying in with the ethics syllabus as well. So I found it, I created that link, and then I wrote it. So as you can see the diagram as well, density is also high. You can see lesser white space, and towards the end there's a good quote as well by Plato. So I think these things are not impossible, but the point is you have to prioritize very well. You need to understand what your gap areas are versus someone else's, and then play on that. So I think that usually comes that cannot come on a very standard basis. Everybody has the same notes, all the rankers, even let's say from top 100 to even us, let's say 600 to 700. It's just that how we use it and who's there to guide us and things like that. So that is about it in terms of means. If you
So,
have any
Rohit,
questions,
if I can say something in between,
yes.
I'll just try to rephrase what you are saying it for my Hindi audience, whosoever people who are listening and the Hindi. So what just Rohit said is कि ये भी वही स्टूडेंट है जो कि अपनी प्रिपरेशन तब तक मेंस की स्टार्ट नहीं किया जब तक इसने पहला प्रीलिम्स क्लियर नहीं किया, राइट? एंड लॉट ऑफ पीपल दे जस्ट प्रिपेयर फॉर द प्रीलिम्स टिल दे क्लियर द प्रीलिम्स. आई नो अ लॉट ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स जो कि 2-3 बार से प्रीलिम्स नहीं क्लियर कर पा रहे, तो अभी तक उनकी तैयारी प्रीलिम्स की ही चल रही है, राइट? पीपल गेट सीरियस अबाउट मेंस व्हेन दे क्लियर द फर्स्ट प्रीलिम्स, तब मेंस में घुसते हैं, तब जाके उनको नुआंस समझ में आता है, राइट? सो इन द फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट ऑफ हिम व्हाट वी आर डूइंग इज कि हम डैमेज कंट्रोल कर रहे हैं कि हम कैसे मेंस के कट ऑफ को क्लियर कर पाए. दैट वाज द स्ट्रेटजी इन फर्स्ट मेंस, क्योंकि इसने भी प्रीलिम्स के पहले अपने मेंस के अटेम्प्ट में कुछ भी मेंस का कंटेंट आंसर राइटिंग तैयार नहीं किया हुआ था. सो दैट इज व्हाट ही वाज सेइंग कि हम डैमेज कंट्रोल कर रहे हैं, हम अपने आप को आंसर राइटिंग की टेक्निक में इंप्रूव करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, फ्रेमवर्क के थ्रू नए पॉइंटर्स जनरेट कैसे कर सकते हैं वो सीख रहे हैं. बट अगर आपके पास कंटेंट नहीं होगा तो पेज स्पेस भरेगा नहीं. आप देखोगे प्रेजेंटेशन के थ्रू जो उसने कॉपीज दिखाई वगैरह. सो ही न्यू ऑल दैट थिंग, एंड जो रिजल्ट भी आया तो ही टुक दैट रिजल्ट, जो कि फर्स्ट मेंस का रिजल्ट था नेगेटिव, ही टुक दैट एज ए पॉजिटिव ओनली, राइट? एंड हिज जर्नी अगेन फॉर द नेक्स्ट मेंस स्टार्टेड फ्रॉम द मेंस ओनली. पहला मेंस देने के बाद से इसने स्टार्ट कर दिया अगेन, राइट? एंड ही वर्कड एक्सटेंसिवली ऑन द कंटेंट पार्ट बिकॉज आंसर राइटिंग के टेक्निक्स, फ्रेमवर्क्स, ये सारी चीजें सीख चुका था. ही नीडेड टू एड सब्सटेंस इन हिज कॉपी, राइट? तो देन ही थॉरली प्रिपेयर्ड फॉर द मेंस. सारे टॉपिक समझना, माइक्रो थीम वाइज टॉपिक के नोट्स बनाना. अब वो नोट्स कैसे बने हैं, ही विल बी शोइंग कि कैसे रिवीजन फ्रेंडली इसने नोट्स बनाए और सारी चीजें. अगर आप देखोगे तो ये जो कॉपी सामने स्क्रीन पे है, रोहित कैन यू जस्ट स्क्रॉल अप एक बार?
Yes.
हाँ,
This is
ये
the
कॉपी देखो, ये 2024 की कॉपी है जब ये एथिक्स का कोटेशन लिखता था, राइट? अगर आप देखोगे बस जस्ट एट द ग्लांस ओनली द कंटेंट इज नॉट देयर बट द स्ट्रक्चर इज देयर. ही नो कि कैसे ब्रेक करना है, कैसे क्या करना है, इंट्रोडक्शन लिखना है, कंक्लूजन लिखना है. ही इज एबल टू गेट 3 मार्क्स, राइट? बट वो 3 से 5 लाने के लिए कैन यू स्क्रॉल डाउन? और आप इस कॉपी का फेस वैल्यू देखो, इस तो ये भी quotation based question है. And now see his content. तो ये content he has prepared exhaustively. He knows how to break the question, theme demand कैसे निकालना है. This already he learned. Now this has what made him, let's say, get a 68 marks jump in his mains paper, right? Though you can see the handwriting is still we can improve. और मुझे लगता है ये भी कि हैंडराइटिंग की वजह से ही इसके 20-30 नंबर कम है, अदरवाइज ही कुड हैव बीन इन टॉप 100. So this is what he was saying कि someone who is entering into the UPSC field, आप ये बात जरूर ध्यान में रखो कि आपको मेंस की प्रिपरेशन प्रीलिम्स के पहले करनी ही है, अदरवाइज वो मेंस डैमेज कंट्रोल और कॉम्प्रोमाइज हो सकता है, राइट?
Yeah, sure. Let me just as you're talking about notes, thanks for that. As I was saying, actually prelims nikalna is, I think, specifically for the past few years, has been a lot dependent on luck. I won't call it purely luck, but the point again I'm trying to say is don't let your prelims go for just for the sake of it. अगर prelims निकाले तो इतना तैयारी होना चाहिए, स्पेसिफिकली इफ इन साइकिल फॉर अ लॉन्ग टाइम. अगर मान लो आप पहला अटेम्प्ट ले रहे हो, इफ यू आर यंग, लेट्स से अंडरग्रेड से आ रहे हो, दैट्स अ डिफरेंट गेम. But if you've already been in the cycle for let's say a couple of years, then you cannot have any excuse कि prelims निकल गया लेकिन mains नहीं निकला. Ideally, you should not be in a situation. That's what I'm trying to say. हो सकता है आपने सब कुछ किया उसके बाद भी नहीं निकले, वो अलग बात है. लेकिन अपना effort, if you know what to do, at least do that, right? You cannot just go, मतलब किसी आप बॉक्सर से लड़ने जा रहे हो, आपने प्रैक्टिस नहीं किया तो वहाँ पे फिर आपका डिफीट ही होगा, राइट? दैट्स व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से. प्रीलिम्स तो फिर भी ऑब्जेक्टिव रहता है, बट दिस इज अ लॉट ऑफ सब्जेक्टिव थिंग्स आल्सो कम्स इनटू प्ले. Coming to notes quickly, I think few people asked about notes as well. This is one thing I missed is I extensively use Smash PYQ course for content for at least GS1 and 2. For GS3 and GS4, I had already some notes, so I used that. But for GS1 and 2, I used Smash PYQ. I think Shubham sir was teaching different PYQ lectures as well. So I'm just showing you. This is the parliament. This is after first mains only. This is not. I did not even have this in my first mains. That's what I'm trying to say. ये मेरे सेकंड मेंस के बाद आया है जो मैंने अभी लिखा था. इसमें if you see there's nothing, all the PYQs are there just for reference. They are these I think were taken by Animesh Pradhan sir a while back, quick notes. But my notes were basically, or my revision was basically on this. I had each PYQ. For example, you can see this is cabinet system. So I have written the PYQ, then the answer basis the lecture I took from Shubham sir. अगर वहाँ से नहीं मिल रहा तो लेट्स से कहीं और से जीपीटी वगैरह कहीं टॉपर्स निकाले, बट मोस्टली कवर हो जाता है. 70-80% दे ओनली कवर. एंड इसके अंदर भी ऑल्सो आई हाईलाइटेड लेट्स से ग्रीन मार्कर्स. सो येलो मार्कर्स बेसिकली जो मैं फर्स्ट राउंड रीडिंग करूँगा, सेकंड राउंड. ग्रीन मार्कर इज समथिंग जो मैं बहुत लास्ट में जाके करूँगा टुवर्ड्स द वेरी एंड. That if anything comes in cabinet and I'm not writing PMO, kitchen cabinet, article 1, 2, 3, 10 schedule, things like that, this table, then my answer is not great. That's how I used to think about it. So इसको पूरा पढ़ने में if I've read it 5-6 times, मेरे को ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा 2 मिनट लगेंगे या 1 मिनट भी लग सकते हैं. So that's how I used to revise it. Now I have even created even shorter notes for my current mains, but just to showcase the parliament notes, this is how it looks. ये ऐसे जा जाके if I'm not wrong 50-60 पेज हो जाते हैं ये. सो 60 पेज में मेरा पार्लियामेंट कवर हो पा रहा है. एंड इफ यू कैन सी ऑन द बॉटम एंड लेफ्ट कॉर्नर द टोटल नंबर ऑफ पेजेस इज 692 फॉर GS2. तो ऑलमोस्ट 700 पेजेस का नोट्स है, विच लुक्स ऑब्वियसली बल्की एंड मेंटली बल्कि जाते हैं, बट कवर हो जाता है, वो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. But what I've done this now is I've even shortened it further. So if you can see on the left hand side bottom corner now, this is 50 pages. और इसमें आई थिंक एक्सेप्ट IR एवरीथिंग इज देयर, और मे बी एक्सेप्ट IR गवर्नेंस. सो एटलीस्ट पॉलिटी पूरा जितना पार्लियामेंट का नोट्स था वो सारा अब इसके अंदर आ रहा है. और इसके अंदर आई एक्चुअली इवन रिटर्न PYQs, तो मे बी 30 पेजेस का होगा. जस्ट टू शोकेस यू लेट्स से वन थिंग, let me just show you federalism only. Federalism के सारे PYQs डाल दिए हैं. This is the main content. So if there's intro, I have 2 different intros with me. SROMI case कुछ बोलते हैं, basic structure, pragmatically federal. Then I've added articles of a relation. Then I've used some sort of structure जो PYQ लेक्चर में सिखाते हैं, पाइस करके. Then issues के लिए staple लगा लिया. इसके अंदर सब्सटैंशियल के एग्जाम्पल थोड़ा ठीक ठीक डाला हुआ है, आर्टिकल डाला हुआ है, लेट्स से नीति आयोग वगैरह डाला हुआ है. Obviously, this can be even further improved. I'm not saying this is the best notes in the market, but this is sort of a crux for me. Whatever I have done, I'll obviously improve it as I go about it. But then there you have way forward. And in conclusion, I have also sort of like a typical conclusion: spirit of Team India, Ek Bharat, Shresth Bharat, things like that. So what I've done is you will look at it thematic crux of everything. Uh, one point to add here is you can surely get these notes, if I'm not wrong, from even better anchors than me. But I think the better practice would be when you create it, because a point which can be easily memorized by me or you can be used by you might not be the same for you. So this exercise should be done surely by you only. That's one of the pointers I said as I've done it. But yeah, I think this is about the mains thingy. As you can see, if I have to give you one more example, just quickly would be fundamental rights. Let me just quickly find something on parliament itself so that there's more clarity. Yeah, you can see this cabinet system. So for cabinet system, I have the introduction with me, Article 74, 75, cabinet system adopted from UK Westminster model. I have a diagram just to add. I have a graph in terms of parliamentary committee referral has been decreased in the recent past. Then I have the challenges of cabinet not giving enough space for parliament scrutiny, and the other way around in terms of way forward. And conclusion also quote by Ambedkar Saab. Constitution is as good as institutions who work it. So we should strengthen it like for the temple of democracy. So you can see it'll be very difficult if I write in a good manner to give me anything less than it's like a 3.5 or a 4 on a good day. So content आ गया then it's all about practice, right? Whether in that mindset आपका continuously momentum जा रहे able to write it physical, mental, all of things.
So we'll move to the next segment of the webinar. Now, since Rohit is also one of the top scorer of interview, he has secured 110 marks in the interview. So he'll be telling you about his interview strategy, his do's and don't. So please, Rohit, tell us about your
Sure.
interview strategy.
I'll keep it very short. I think people are more interested, I think, in prelims and means, which should be the case. Interview comes towards the end, but it's very critical. I'll just sort of read since आपके साथ share करता हूँ. आपको relevant लगे तो बस दिमाग में रखना. And I can, हाँ, one, two things I can tell you as you go through the journey for the interview sake itself. Number one is this thing I realized when I cleared mains is UPSC notification is very well written. अगर आप उसमें देखोगे तो आपको पैरामीटर समझ में आएंगे. A lot of people actually don't understand it very well. But किसी को पता नहीं होता, कोई समझाता नहीं है ढंग से. I was thankfully with a few mentors who gave me a lot of advice and understanding कि ये सब वो देखना चाह रहे हैं, बैलेंस देखना चाह रहे हैं, आपका थॉट प्रोसेस देखना चाह रहे हैं. सो इफ यू जस्ट गो थ्रू दैट इज नॉट मोर देन मे बी 3-4 पैराग्राफ्स, आपको उससे काफ़ी सारी चीज़ें समझ में आ जाएंगी. Then secondly is this is very critical. Your DAF should be your best current version. It cannot be someone else's version. मतलब मेरा जर्नी डिफरेंट रहा है लाइफ में, तो ऑब्वियसली माई डाफ विल बी माइन ओनली एंड यू because I've seen other people, let's say, who are coming from a different background, they have this sort of vulnerability and let's say something कि मेरा डाफ अच्छा नहीं लग रहा है. For example, personally, I did not have a lot of things in sports. I haven't played sports a lot in my life. मेरे में कुछ नहीं था, so that's fine. Not a big challenge for me. And in the interview, actually, towards the end, the chairperson himself said कि everything else is okay with you, but looks like you don't play around or you don't sweat a lot. But I manage this. The point is I know me. So if you know yourself, you'll bring out the best version. Then the third point is knowledge is not the sole criteria. See, interview is very subjective. There's a lot of conspiracy theories that this board is very difficult, this board is very easy. So this is not a short thing. This is just my experience, and I have given one interview only. So take that with a pinch of salt. You have to practice both knowledge as well as communication. You might have very limited knowledge, but you are able to communicate it very well. Then fourth is don't give limited marks. Don't go for let's say double digit or बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं देना है, 2-4 तो देने का मन है तो, and then get feedback and act on it. That's it. And finally, in the interview, I think this is the it's matching to the second point itself. You have to uh, bring yourself in the interview. See, these are people who have taken so many interviews. They can easily spot कि कौन fake कर रहा है, कौन नहीं कर रहा है, कौन original है, कौन ढंग से बात कर रहा है. No answer is right. ये सब नहीं होता है कि because they are right winger, we'll have to give right winger answer, और left wing है तो left wing वाले. ये सब नहीं होता है. They are looking for a good person in general because you'll have a lot of discretion if you join the survey. So that discretion should be used in the right manner. I think that's the parameter that they're looking at broadly. That's my hunch. I obviously I don't know everything. Then don'ts mein I will I will probably highlight maybe one or two things. Number one is sorry, that's the number two. You should not add anything to your draft which you cannot handle. इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि कुछ भी नहीं डाल सकते जो कि आपने उस टाइम पे नहीं किया. फॉर एग्जाम्पल आई एडेड अ फ्यू थिंग्स विच आई वाज नॉट वेरी इन्वॉल्व इन. लाइक आई डिड अ प्रोजेक्ट लेट्स से 3-4 years बैक in college. It was a good project, but I was not very aware of it. I added it because I knew कि मैं इसको handle कर सकता हूँ. Versus there were some projects or things which I could not handle, so I did not add it. So what I'm trying to say is there's a degree in terms of how much you can transform yourself in the given amount of time. So decide that uh, very strategically. And second, I think which is probably not written, I did not write it, sorry for that, अभी से DAF पे काम करना आप चालू कर सकते हो. What I mean by that is let's say if you want to add something about cricket देखना, तो उसको आप फॉलो कर सकते हो. एंड व्हाई आई एम टेलिंग यू इज बिकॉज उस टाइम पे आपको इन्फॉर्मेशन तो बहुत बहुत मिल जाएगा, लेकिन इट वोंट बी अ पैशन एंड इट कैन बी इजीली चेक्ड बाय द इंटरव्यूअर्स. फॉर एग्जांपल, लेट्स से माय पर्सनल एटीट्यूड इज आई लाइक टू run, but I did not add in the DAF marathon last year. I've added it this year. But when you actually start running on the ground, you understand कि आपको दिमाग में चलता है कि ब्लिस्टर आ गए हैं, चलो आपको एनर्जी जेल कौन सा पीना है, या फिर इंडिया में कौन सा मैराथन रनर है. तो ये सब आपको उस टाइम पे नहीं आएगा कि बिल्कुल, बिकॉज प्रेशर बहुत होता है. तो अभी से आप उस चीज़ों में काम कर सकते हो कि आई एम नॉट सेइंग स्किप prelims or means, but whenever you have a free time, whatever you want to add in your DAF, at least be around that area so that उसके आसपास आपको thought process आता रहे. I think that will make you an authentic person, more authentic person. That was about interview. I'll quickly come to prelims. In terms of credibility, I've cleared prelims both times, both forest. Forest का भी result नहीं आया final, that's why the mark sheet is awaited. But I've cleared very comfortably, at least in the second attempt. First attempt में थोड़ा ज़्यादा पड़ा था because it was first attempt and I did not have a lot of guidance per se, but मतलब more of a hard work rather than smart work. That's what I'm trying to say. I'll come to prelims के लिए. If anyone is giving this attempt, this is sort of my understanding of prelims कि कैसे आपको करना चाहिए. There is no set pattern to it. Nobody can tell you कि करना कैसे. But for me, if you stick to these, your chance or likelihood will increase. So I'll just go. I think this I'll take more time, and I'll explain each of the pointers. Number one is PYQs over mock test. What I mean by that is, अगर आपने PYQ नहीं करे हैं पिछले ऐसे 10-15 साल के, तो आप मॉक टेस्ट दे रहे हो, उसका ज़्यादा फायदा नहीं होगा. मैं ये नहीं बोल रहा हूँ फायदा नहीं होगा, हो सकता है मॉक में से 2-3 क्वेश्चन फंस जाए प्रीलिम्स में, बट PYQ से कम 15-20 क्वेश्चन फंसेंगे. तो आपके आपके ऑब्वियसली आपके अंदर दिमाग में आपको समझ आएगा कि 15-20 क्वेश्चन इज ऑब्वियसली मोर देन द 3-4 क्वेश्चंस. So first do PYQs. If you want, I can maybe spend 1 minute करना कैसे, but that's number one. Number two is starting then current affairs, because current affairs का बहुत ज़्यादा डर रहता है. There's a lot of fear. There's vulnerability as well. Problem with current affairs, number one is it's unlimited. Number two is sources बहुत different है. Some teacher is saying ऐसे कर लो, some teacher is saying वैसे कर लो. For me, the strategy was किसका नोट्स मेरे को ठीक लग रहा है पढ़ने में. It's not about कि किसका नोट्स exhaustive है. I even changed sources as well for current affairs. But for starting, I've stuck to my notes. जो नोट्स मैंने लास्ट से बनाए थे फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट में, वही नोट्स मैं इस बार पढ़ रहा हूँ. मैं चेंज नहीं कर रहा हूँ स्टार्टिंग में, बिकॉज उसी से क्वेश्चन आएगा, उसी से सॉल्व होगा. सो स्टार्टिंग पहले पढ़िए, उसके बाद करंट अफेयर्स जब टाइम लगे. See, prelims is a lot about confidence. Confidence of can I solve it? If you have the confidence that you can solve it, you might put it wrong, but you have the confidence that itself gives like a 10-15 markers boost overall subject का, overall paper का बोल रहा हूँ. There might be some people who have actually experienced it कि उनको पढ़ाई बहुत किया, लेकिन उस टाइम पे 5-10 नंबर, 5-10 क्वेश्चन इधर उधर हो गए और उनका चला गया प्रीलिम्स. I'm not talking about people who have let's say a 40-50 marks, but someone let's say just 80 का कट ऑफ है तो 75 आ गए. उनको प्रॉब्लम यही होता है कि स्टार्टिंग ढंग से शायद रिवीजन नहीं हुआ है या फिर रिकॉल नहीं हो रहा है, तो फोकस ऑन दैट. Then third point is, I think this is linked to the second one, limited sources. Then diverse noise. Noise is again that current affairs thing, या फिर कुछ और चल रहा हो मार्केट में, हर नया दिन कुछ ना कुछ आ रहा है, तो मैं तो देखता भी नहीं हूँ. Then finally is this is actually is relevant for even mains. Find your star area and ensure it's a good attempt. What I mean by that is, for me the subjects like economics, subjects like polity, and maybe geography to some extent are my star areas. What I mean by that is, इसमें basic question मैं गलत नहीं करूँगा, और even a hard or advanced level question I'll try to do correct. But history हो गया let's say, और बाकी चीज़ें हो गई, तो उसमें मेरा ऐसा है कि मैं बेसिक क्वेश्चन गलत नहीं करके आऊँगा. I won't fight for the advanced one, but I'll ensure कि बेसिक गलत नहीं होना चाहिए. So what that does is it gives you that average जो leverage जो आप ऊपर खींच सकते हैं. It is even applicable to mains as well. For example, if your essay writing is very good, तो अगर आपके उसमें 120 आ गए, तो ऑलरेडी आपके पास 20 नंबर का एज है, विच इज लाइक अ बोन इन द मेंस. सिमिलरली अगर आपका एथिक्स बहुत बहुत स्ट्रांग है, तो ऑब्वियसली यू कैन मैनेज लेट्स से GS3. तो दिस इज फॉर द प्रोसेस एक्चुअली, नॉट जस्ट फॉर प्रीलिम्स. देन you should have a paper attempting strategy as well. What I mean by that is, कौन सा सब्जेक्ट पहले करना है, उसके अंदर मान लो अगर गलत आ गया तो क्या मतलब पेपर टफ अगर स्विच कैसे मारना है, फिर नंबर ऑफ वो जो होते हैं राउंड कितने करने हैं, पहले OMR भरना है या नहीं भरना है. अगेन आई वोंट इन्वेस्ट लॉट ऑफ टाइम हियर. व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से इज यू शुड हैव अ स्ट्रैटेजी. वो हो कि आपकी डिफरेंट, वो ठीक है, लेकिन क्लियर रखना उसको, एंड प्रैक्टिस इट इन द मॉक्स आर रिलेवेंट फॉर दैट. And sixth, this is personal for me, it might not be very crucial for other people, but operational logistics stuff for me has been very crucial. I gave both my prelims in Delhi, like Delhi NCR, और यहाँ पे गर्मी बहुत होता है, तो यू हैव टू मेक श्योर कि तुम्हारा बॉडी उस तरह से अडाप्ट कर जाए. लॉजिस्टिक्स, यू आर श्योर ऑफ थिंग्स कि उस दिन जाना कैसे है. आई इवन प्लान माई डे की बॉटल में क्या भरना है, गाना कौन सा सुनना है. तो ये सारी चीज़ें मेरे लिए इंपॉर्टेंट है, आपके लिए इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं होगी, ठीक है, दैट्स फाइन, बट दिस माइट हेल्प. Finally, the last part is, this is crucial. but this should not be the first priority. Tips and tricks surely helps. Even I have used it, so I won't deny कि मैंने यूज नहीं किया. बट मेरा होता है कि पहले अगर पढ़ लिया तो उसके बाद आप इसको यूज करके प्रैक्टिस कर सकते हो. फॉर एग्जाम्पल वन ऑफ द टिप कुड बी, आई थिंक दिस एवरीवन नोज कि पॉइजनर्स के अंदर सारे आ जाएंगे. बट इफ आई हैव टू गिव एडवांस टिप, ऐसा कुछ होता है कि कन्वेंशन वर्सेस लेट्स से डिक्लेरेशन वर्सेस अ प्रोटोकॉल, देयर इज अ लीगल बाइंडिंग टू इट. सो यू कैन हैव अ लॉजिकल सीक्वेंस कि कन्वेंशन तो लीगल बाइंडिंग नहीं होता है वर्सेस प्रोटोकॉल होता है, डिक्लेरेशन होता है. आई एम नॉट सेइंग द फैक्ट, बट देयर इज सॉर्ट ऑफ अ लॉजिक टू इट if you try to follow it. So that's another one. One thing out here is you cannot follow every tip and trick. उस टाइम पे प्रेशर बहुत होता है, तो यू इवन हैव टू फाइंड आउट विच टिप एंड ट्रिक नॉट टू फॉलो. जैसे कुछ लोग बोलते हैं कि अगर 4 है तो 2 होगा उसका आंसर, हमेशा कर दीजिए. मैं नहीं करता हूँ उसको, मेरे से पर्सनली होता नहीं है, तो दैट्स व्हाई आई कैन नॉट अंडरस्टैंड दैट ट्रिक. बट सम पीपल हैव एक्चुअली यूज्ड इट बिकॉज वो यूज कर रहे हैं, उनके लिए चल रहा है, दैट्स फाइन. सो इट हेल्प्स यू इन गिविंग कॉन्फिडेंस वाला बात है. So prelims for me, if I have to summarize in 3-4 lines, is number one is PYQ, number two is static, and number three is strategy. Try to do that. Forget about current affairs. Forget in the sense it should be least priority. You should surely do current affairs, but उस पे ज़्यादा माथा खराब करने की जरूरत नहीं है. माथा खराब करने का स्टार्टिंग पे होता है, PYQ पे जरूरत है. और I think somebody asked the mocks how many mocks I gave. I think in the first attempt, if I'm not wrong, I probably gave like all India वाले तो शायद 6-7 ही दिए होंगे, maybe 8. In the last attempt I gave maybe 4 or maybe 5. So it has reduced. This year also I'm planning to give even lesser. Maybe like let's say 2 या 3 दे दूंगा कोई भी reputed institution का. But yeah, mocks for me has not been the main source for prelims. It has been more of if I can manage everything around me, I'll be able to give my best. उसके बाद भी सकते हैं मेरा prelims ना हो. But I'm okay with that. I'm okay getting like a 110 or 100 plus in prelims and use that time to focus on mains. Because अगर 10 मार्क्स मेन्स में ज़्यादा आ गए, अब रियलाइज हो रहा है वो सब चीज़ें कि प्रीलिम्स में ज़्यादा नहीं पढ़ना चाहिए था. आई एम नॉट सेइंग टैंक प्रीलिम्स, बट प्ले स्मार्टली विद प्रीलिम्स. सारा कुछ पढ़ने का जरूरत नहीं है. स्टार्टिंग और पीवाईक्यू से हो जाता है. करंट अफेयर्स बेसिक कर लीजिए, बाकी ऑब्वियसली इट डिपेंड्स ऑन योर लक ऑन दैट डे एज वेल, हाउ यू परफॉर्मिंग. बट उसके लिए मैंने आपको 6 पॉइंट इसलिए बोला है कि अगर आपका मेंटल स्टेट सही रहेगा, ऑपरेशन सब कुछ ठीक रहेगा, तो यू विल हैव लेस अनकंट्रोलेबल्स. देयर हैज बीन केसेस वेयर पीपल, लेट्स से किसी का पंखा नहीं चल रहा है एग्जाम में, बिकॉज स्कूल्स में होता है वो, तो पंखा नहीं चल रहा, गर्मी है दिल्ली के अंदर, एंड हैज बीन अ रियल टाइम. मेरे साथ ही किसी लेडी के साथ हुआ था. तो इमेजिन हाउ हर स्टेट वुड हैव बीन. बहुत डिफिकल्ट हो गया होगा, राइट? And there was one person who was asked to sit on a very small chair, like maybe kindergarten के चेयर जो होते हैं. तो imagine his state of mind. तो ये सब चीज़ आपको दिमाग में रखना पड़ता है कि कुछ भी हो सकता है करके, बिकॉज उस दिन भी आप ये नहीं सोच सकते हो कि मैं जैसे जा रहा हूँ वैसे ही पेपर जाएगा. पेपर जैसा भी जाएगा, आपको हिसाब से कंट्रोल के हिसाब से काम करना है. देन आई थिंक somebody is asking for CSAT. Yeah, CSAT का personally I might not be the right person because I have cracked CAT for my IIM. So I am very comfortable with CSAT. But even if I have to give you, so that depends. Basically, that depends on your background. That's what I'm trying to say. अगर आपका maths वगैरह strong है, तो and अगर नहीं भी, if I have to give you 1 or 2 advice, I would say PYQ again. कुछ करने का जरूरत नहीं है. आप जाके उसके अंदर actually हाँ sorry, number 1 point and number 4 point in this slide itself can help you increase marks for PYQ. Sorry, CSAT. What I mean by that is PYQ करो, PYQ के अंदर भी स्टार एरियाज निकालो. हो सकता है आपका अलजेब्रा बहुत स्ट्रांग ना हो, लेकिन आपका ज्योग्राफी सॉरी ज्योमेट्री बहुत स्ट्रांग है, और द अदर वे राउंड. तो आपको उसमें वैसे करना है कि अगर मान लो ज्योमेट्री आ गया, तो आई एटलीस्ट ट्राई कि हाँ मेरा फोकस एरिया जो है उसमें ज़्यादा मार्क्स आए. एंड फॉर दिस रीडिंग एंड ऑल, अगेन गो फॉर PYQs बिकॉज सब्जेक्टिविटी बहुत आती है फॉर मॉक्स. Somebody might say some other answer. So I'll pause here. I'll leave the floor back to Arvind sir. If there are any questions which I have probably left, happy to answer it later on as well.
Okay, so I think this is it. Thank you, Rohit, for your time, and I hope our student will be greatly benefited from your insight. Thank you for your time. Now, for the program, I'll tell you he was a part of our Smash Minis program, right? And Smash Minis program that we have developed is like a whole ecosystem की तरह हमने इसको बनाया है कि हर एक स्टूडेंट जिस भी स्टेज में हो, चाहे वो बिगिनर हो, चाहे वो रैंकर हो, चाहे वो मल्टीपल मेंस वाला हो, चाहे वो पहले मेंस वाला हो, उसको ये सिस्टम हेल्प करे, राइट? And the ecosystem has been developed on 2 pillars. The first is we have a central system, then we have a personalized mentorship. ठीक है, तो हमारे स्मैश मेंस का जो इकोसिस्टम है ना, वो 2 चीजों पे हम बनता है. दैट इज व्हाट सेंट्रलाइज सिस्टम एंड पर्सनलाइज मेंटरशिप. सेंट्रलाइज सिस्टम क्या होता है ना कि इट ब्रिंग्स यूनिफॉर्मिटी, राइट? इट ब्रिंग्स यूनिफॉर्मिटी. और पर्सनलाइज मेंटरशिप क्या करता है कि पर्सनल लेवल पे जो आपकी गलतियां हैं, आपने कितना ऑब्जर्व किया चीजों को, कितना नहीं कर पाए, कैसे इंप्रूव करना है, वो इस पिलर को दे दे। ठीक है। सो अगर मैं इन दोनों का रेफरेंस बताना चाहूँ तो कॉन्ट्रास्ट दिखा के, फॉर एग्जांपल आपके पास सिस्टम है, आपके पास पर्सनल मेंटरशिप नहीं है ना, तो मैकेनिकल हो जाएगा। लॉट ऑफ टेस्ट सीरीज इन द मार्केट, दे आर जस्ट गिविंग यू टेस्ट, उसके बाद आपको इवैल्यूएशन दे देंगे, फिर आपको इवैल्यूएशन होकर कॉपी मिल जाएगी, आपको पता नहीं कि कैसे आप इंप्रूव करोगे, राइट। बट यहाँ पे अगर आप देखोगे तो रोहित के साथ हमने लग के जो है पूरा काम किया हुआ है। अगर आप देखोगे तो ये पोस्ट डिस्कशंस के ना, ये मेंटर रिव्यूज हैं, ये सारे मेरे दिए हुए हैं इसको। ठीक है। लास्ट तक आते आते ही जस्ट नीडेड थेरेपी, ही इज गुड टू गो। हैंड राइटिंग इज द इशू। अगर आपकी हैंड राइटिंग अगर देखोगे तो हैंड राइटिंग थोड़ा डॉक्टर जैसा लिखता है ये। ठीक है। अगर ये सारी चीजें सही होती तो इसके 20-25 नंबर और मेन में ज्यादा होते, तो ही वुड हैव गॉट मे बी आईएएस या आईपीएस वाली रैंक आ जाती है इसकी। अभी ही बी गेटिंग आईआरएस आईटी, राइट। तो सो सो द थिंग इज कि पर्सनलाइज मेंटरशिप का ये गेम है कि दिस इज हाउ यू विल बी इंप्रूविंग। आपका टाइम डिस्टेंस कम हो जाता है, राइट। नाउ समवन हु हैज ओनली द सेंट्रल सिस्टम, तो वहां पे सारा चीज मैकेनिकल हो जाएगा, वो मास के लिए बना हुआ है। बट आपके पास देयर लॉट ऑफ पीपल हु आर गिविंग यू मेंटरशिप जहाँ पे सिस्टम नहीं है, तो वहाँ क्या होता है कि हर एक मेंटर अपनी कहानी बोल रहा होता है, देयर इज नो पर्टिकुलर यूनिफॉर्मिटी इज देयर, राइट। वो गेस वर्क की तरह हो जाएगा। मैं एक मेंटर हूँ, दूसरा कोई और मेंटर है, तीसरा कोई और मेंटर है। एक सेंट्रल सिस्टम नहीं है, दे डोंट हैव द कॉमन ग्राउंड जहाँ पे काम किया जाता है। तो क्या होगा, हर एक मेंटर अपनी कहानी बताएगा, और मे बी दैट थिंग इज नॉट गोइंग टू हेल्प यू इन क्लियरिंग द एग्जाम, राइट। सो स्मैश वर्क्स अपॉन दीज टू पिलर्स, जहाँ पे एक सेंट्रल सिस्टम है, जहाँ पे आप देखोगे ऑल दीज थिंग्स, दीज आर गोइंग टू बी द सेम फॉर एवरीवन। अगर आप देखोगे आपको बेहतर अंडरस्टैंडिंग चाहिए सिलेबस और पीवाईक्यूज की, तो वी हैव डेवलप्ड द माइक्रो थीम। आपको नोट्स चाहिए मेंस के बनाने हैं, आपको नोट्स, आपको कंटेंट बनाना है नोट्स का, तो हमारे पास एक्सपेक्टर है। आपको पीवाईक्यूज लिखना आना चाहिए, लिखना कैसे है, कैसे डिमांड डिकोड करना है, उसके कंटेंट कैसे होना चाहिए, हमारे पास स्मैश पीवाईक्यू लेक्चर्स हैं। आपको करंट अफेयर्स मेंस पर्सपेक्टिव से तैयार करना है, तो वी हैव बर्निंग इशू। आपको टेस्ट सीरीज प्रैक्टिस के लिए मिल रही है, इवैल्यूएशन मॉडल आंसर्स मिल रहा है फॉर वैल्यू एडिशन। सो दीज आर द थिंग्स, इट्स गोइंग टू बी सेम फॉर एवरीबडी। बट हर एक स्टूडेंट इसका अलग अलग तरीके से इसको, इन सारी चीजों को यूज करेगा, उसको ग्रैप्स करेगा, और जो आउटपुट लेके आएगा अपने लिए वो डिफरेंट होगा फॉर डिफरेंट स्टूडेंट, राइट। तो उनको हम कैसे इंप्रूव करा पाएंगे ताकि वो उस लेवल पे जा सके जिस लेवल पे एग्जाम क्लियर होता है। उसके लिए देयर इज अ पर्सनलाइज कंपोनेंट ऑफ स्मैश, राइट। जहाँ पे हम एक्चुअली स्टूडेंट के साथ लग के काम करते हैं और उसको बताते हैं किस तरीके से इंप्रूव करना, लाइक आई शोड यू। सो हियर इफ यू सी वी हैव द टाइम टेबल एंड स्ट्रेटजी प्लानिंग हम करते हैं स्टूडेंट के साथ, टेस्ट कंप्लीशन और टारगेट के साथ काम करते हैं, उसके मेंटल हेल्थ मोटिवेशन पे काम करते हैं, एंड द पेपर डिस्कशन पार्ट जहाँ पे वो एक्चुअली इंप्रूव करता है, लाइक आई शोड यू विथ जो हमने रोहित का दिखाया आपको, राइट। सो वी हैव लॉन्च आवर मार्च बैच एज वेल। ठीक है, मार्च बैच भी हमने अपना लॉन्च कर दिया 22 को। एंड if you are thinking of preparing for UPSC and you're very serious about your next attempt, you can scan the QR code and you can get in touch with our counselor. They'll tell you more about the program, right? So take the screenshot of this particular QR code. So this is it from my side.